Hello, welcome back to another episode of Forgetting Every Voice.
We are doing this again. And just reassigning voices apparently almost every time.
Yeah, because there's such a gap every time between episodes. Or between recording sessions, rather.
Wait, when was the last time we recorded?
Like, more than a month ago.
That's a while.
It's a little while.
That's just a little.
Okay, this was definitely your character.
Oh, right. Probably, yeah. Look at that crowd.
The three kings have decided we command the lords prepare for the harvest festival, King of Fury.
I don't know what that was, but okay.
Spooky clock.
Ooh, spoopy.
I just realized, I guess this is like an eclipse timer?
Oh.
Or like a... had like a red moon. Or something. Who was this?
I think I was doing that guy.
Is this the guy? Is this the ASMR guy, or is that a different one? No, I think that's the guy with the blue hair.
I don't think it's this guy.
Yeah, this isn't the ASMR guy. He's just a normal guy.
No. Okay. Well, that's too bad. Even if he ignores them, you should keep texting that you're sorry.
An apology doesn't end when it is made. It ends when the one you're apologizing to forgives you. Is that how it works? Wouldn't it be better to leave him be and give him some time to think? That's the guy.
Oh yeah. This time I agree with him. If you get angry and start ignoring them, things like this just tend to get worse.
I don't know who this was. I guess I'll take it. Relationships are such a pain, huh? Life should be lived moment by moment, but you keep getting stuck on things and it screws everything up. Okay, I know I had this guy. Well, even if Jaden does apologize for taking a joke too far, that's not the real problem here, is it?
True. Jaden, you aren't a CPP, a congenital parallel processor, right?
Quite a few CPPs dislike it when people get confused while interacting with their multiple personalities. Are there any congenital CPPs here now? I don't think you want to be asking that. Not everyone who's come out has enjoyed the experience.
Single personalities are a majority in the world at large, but they're a minority among Gauntlet Knights. Well, it just means you've got to treat people differently here.
Anyway, you hear this a lot in the world of CPPs. Someone falls in love with one personality and the other personality starts to hate them. In the world of single personalities, it's not uncommon for people to see their partners in a new light after noticing they have an unexpected side to them. When incidents like these happen in the world of romance and manga and novels, in the end, they inevitably lead to development of romantic feelings. However, that only applies when said partner is a single personality. So this isn't like the other VNs. Them, a single personality is the same as a different person. A different personality. So, when you take your impression of one and force it on the other, they despise it. I get it. The guy in my class sucked at basketball, and someone I said must suck too because I was in his class. It pissed me off.
Meow is meow. Meow is meow. Okay.
Maybe stress the me.
E. Perhaps you develop romantic feelings for Meow and subconsciously start treating Meow as a member of the opposite sex.
What a great line for the ASMR guy. If you just calmly analyze it like that, it makes me want to find a hole to crawl into. Jaden sank up to his head in the bath.
Oh, that's a hole.
It was just a virtual bath in the virtual room, so he wouldn't suffocate or anything. But right then, he was so embarrassed that he didn't want his male friends to see his face. There's no need to be embarrassed. We're soldiers, after all. We may be servants to the world peace, but fundamentally, we're in our job, or we might lose our lives at any time. I don't think it's a bad idea to experience love when you have the chance. I hope at least some of these guys die soon so we don't have to keep doing a billion voices. Or a billion of the same voice. In the end, this is all just because he didn't understand anything. It's my fault. At the same time, in the open-air bath of the same virtual room, the Gauntlet girls had gathered. The topic of discussion here was the same as the boys. I don't remember.
I'm gonna assume I was doing her because she looks Asian.
Okay. I don't think that's a qualifier we would have used, but go for it.
I'll do it anyways. I understand how you feel, but he didn't know. If you get too angry, I'd feel sorry for him. That's right. If you talk to him so harshly, that's just too sad for Jaden. The way his attitude suddenly changed was seriously creepy. We were partners, okay? I trusted him because we were supposed to put our lives in each other's hands. And then he suddenly starts treating me like a girl. It was a shock and it made me so sad. I thought we loved each other like family in the best way possible. I believed we had a trusting relationship that went beyond things like gender. Then he suddenly starts acting like that. Again, I don't know why Tiny... Wow. Please have more faith in your partner, in Jaden.
I guess... Sure, I'll just take this character because you have all the other characters in the scene. It's just the sort of creature boys are suddenly changing when they realize someone's a girl. From now on, he might be like a fox staring down at a hen house.
No way. Wow.
That was you, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Meow is a girl, but Meow isn't. This is clearly a case of identity confusion, a human rights violation.
This is probably because he wasn't properly educated about CCPs. As long as CCPs continue to hide instead of furthering understanding in the world at large, this sort of thing will continue to happen. That's all there is to it.
But if they do come out, they simply take on a social risk without any benefits. I've ordered my attendants to make sure Jaden fully understands what's going on here. Understands. Now that he knows, if he ever does the same thing again, I'll see to it that he's properly punished. Hey, don't do something so ominous to Jaden. I'm sure Jaden will understand. Wow. He just becomes tsundere. The classic tsundere line.
Yeah.
It's not like I want him to understand me or anything. I was just so horrified.
You're horrified that someone thinks of you as a woman. My man. So now you're making statements that are prejudiced against women, huh?
People only say Big Brother's thin like women because he doesn't exercise much. It's not like that. If I exercised and bulked up, then you'd be pissed because our bodies wouldn't look like a girl. I never said that. You're only thin because you don't exercise. I like how it's just the same. It's basically just arguing with the same, but different.
I like how every other character has just disappeared from the scene.
They all phase out of existence. No. But I'm short and my arms are short, so even if I finally start exercising, all the buff guys would just make fun of me and, See, you don't exercise because of your own reasons. Don't use me as an excuse for not doing it. I hate you, Big Brother. I can't believe this.
They're just off the
What?
screen now.
Damn it, you wanna have a go? Okay, I don't know what's going on here.
Meow's right and left arms started fighting, punching their cheeks, and pulling out their hair like a single person pantomiming a fight.
In other words, the source of their fight wasn't just identity confusion, it was about Meow's own inferiority complex about his body.
Nice analysis. I can propose a perfect way to resolve this.
Oh, wait, are you trying to say we're both at fault here? That's usually how a problem works. This isn't Jaden's fault, it's all yours. All you had to do was stop saying things. All you had to do is stop saying things like that, calm down, and show him how to interact with CPPs. Stupid big brother. You weak skinny pipsqueak.
Mocking the physical characteristics of someone whose body you share might be a dubious tactic. At any rate, they'd managed to get me outside of the story. The girls passed the message on to guys talking to Jaden with a mental text. Apparently, this group had almost finished getting Jaden's side of the story. Everyone admonished Jaden, making him understand how rude identity confusion was to CPPs. Right now, the impact of Meow's "you're creeping me out" was sinking in, and he was being wrapped in a fierce self-hatred. I
agree with that sentiment.
Yeah. Also, I just realized you might be confused when the title of this is When They Cry 5. So it works kind of weird, because When They Cry 1 is obviously Higurashi, and then When They Cry 2 is Higurashi Kai, which is the answer arcs to Higurashi. When They Cry 3 is Umineko. When They Cry 4 is Umineko Chiru, which is the answer arcs to Umineko. And then When They Cry 5 is Ciconia.
That's a lot of different numbers.
Yes. So they consider like the question and answer arcs to be different series, even though they're literally just a continuation. But so it's the third, but it's labeled as the fifth.
Amazing.
Okay. It's not like you try to wait. Give me a sec. Let me see if no, that's not how I was doing it. Okay. It's not like you to let it get you down like this. Meow went too far as well. If he doesn't like being called weak, all he has to do is train on his own. The fact that he was so horrified just because he thought someone was treating him like a woman is pathetic for someone who was technically a Japanese boy. If he's so worried about his body, you should just train him up good at the gym or something. Sounds like he wants to be treated like a man, so whip him up into shape. If that's what he wants, then sure. I won't hold back.
I just discussed this with Naomi, and we agreed that a male bonding ceremony would be the best way for you two to make up.
It was a good decision to make this guy the ASMR guy.
Nice. Go sweat together as men. It's the best way to make up.
What do you mean, male bonding ceremony?
Gay. In old Japanese manga, men who had grown distant would always resolve their problems like this. We advise you in this virtual room. We can advise you in this virtual room, but our bodies are far away.
Oh, I accidentally hit the thing.
Oh, wait. Alright, we can't help you directly, so we're going to get a trustworthy friend, Gunhild, to set the stage.
Huh? You bring Gunhild into this? I'd rather not tell the others in the AOU if I can help it.
Don't worry. She understands you two far better than you know. I just texted her. Now you only need to obey her instructions.
Okay. He wasn't quite satisfied with this, but a text from Gunhild came almost immediately. You've received a message, Puyo. This is Gunhild. I asked that Meow and Jaden gather here immediately.
Amazing.
Gather where? There was a blip on the map screen. Isn't that... I don't really get it, but I'll head on over. Everyone, thanks for hearing me out.
Wait, which guy was that? That's the purple hair guy?
Yes.
Was I doing it? I
Yes.
keep forgetting what just happened.
Wait, maybe? No? Wait, no. Don't worry about it, young man. Life seems long, but it's shorter than you think. Enjoy your ignorant youth to the fullest. Aren't you like the same age? Jaden, ugh! I keep hitting control. Okay. Jaden has exited the room. A short while after Jaden left, the girls who had been listening to Meow and Meow joined them. This will probably get their feelings back on the right track.
Cases like that can't be healed with medicine and really make your back ache. When your friends make up, they become even better friends. Wow.
I hope they do.
Meow really does love his partner, doesn't he? I suppose it's that trust that lets them fight the way they do. I've known it ever since the Battle Standard Festival.
Wait, that's it. That's it. That's the shorter name. When it comes to bonds of trust, we at the Buyback Squad are no way inferior, princess. Momotaki, I guess you never gave in on that point. Okay then. I'll leave too and look after the two ladies from Suparna. They're both serious. They're both so serious they'll suffocate if I don't tease them.
Well, we shall leave too. Come now, back to training. Our next mock enemy is AOU American's Atlantic Fleet.
Whoa, princess. It's a bit harsh after... That's a bit harsh 5 seconds after we helped Jaden of the AOU America sort out his personal issues.
Come on. You just know those AOUs are training for an assault on the Atlantis Spirit Field. I guess the Avians doing an assault on Algiers, and the COU's doing a mine blockade of the Mozambique Channel.
My, I have no idea what you're talking about. Laughing. Oh, pardon me when I go memorize the Maputo Central Harbor layout.
We also undergo training using other factions as mock enemies. It's no surprise that the same thing happens in reverse. We're all doing it.
Even though we're all comrades who love the sky, and even though we do this job for the sake of peace, we're still soldiers. Understanding why it's like that doesn't make it any less tough. The walls of peace are heavy. We all have to get stronger if we're going to support them from both sides.
Of course. When two combatants raise their swords at each other, it's essential that both sides have properly honed skills. That sort of determination is essential for both military might and for comrades supporting the walls of peace. Determination.
Indeed. Remaining attentive and not slacking off in your training is the best way for warriors to show respect to each other.
Correct. Nothing would humiliate me more than hearing that the COU wasn't even worth training against. Hey, that's enough talk about scary things. Wow, wow, wow. In the It's a Wrap public bath, we all swore with Meow that we'd be friends. So stop saying scary stuff. Wow, wow, wow. You're right. That public bath oath is the most important one we've made, and it binds everyone here together.
For now, let's put aside affiliations and factions, and pray that our friends Meow and Jaden make up okay.
Yes. And let's be glad that we were able to help.
Okay, then let's head back to that mine-laying simulation in the whatever channel. See you later, everyone. One by one, they all vanished from the room. And then there were none, leaving the virtual room wrapped in silence, except for the sound of the baths.
And nobody came.
I wonder where they got those pictures. Spook.
Art.
Hi?
What?
Hello?
I'm confused, but okay. You know, it really is weird, this era. Just a little. You're wondering about how I look?
A little bit.
It was getting confusing, so I sort of had wait. It was getting confusing, so I sort of had this made to match my taste. Think it looks good on me? I don't know.
No, it looks like you just slapped your face on a different...
Exactly. Well, I really couldn't care less what you think. Why ask? All that matters is whether I like it or not. That's true. Still, this really is a strange era. After all, you're all soldiers, right? Isn't it your job to defeat your opponents in war?
Look at that face.
Honestly, it'd probably look more natural if the skin wasn't, like, blue.
Or if all of the skin was blue.
Yeah, that would work too. Even if you tried to cover it up with all this talk about supporting the walls of peace together and being servants in the international peace of international peace, defeating enemies is I can't speak
A
today.
soldier's
It's
job.
a soldier's job. They probably all believe that even if the war does break out, they'll be able to handle it neatly and beautifully thanks to this sportsmanship. That face, though. However, the cost of that foolishness will soon be paid at a higher price than you've ever imagined.
There's no way that'll happen. We're all friends. We swore that to each other. Even if a conflict erupts, we definitely won't kill each other. This isn't a When They Cry novel. You act like this nonsense is a prediction, but none of it will ever happen. We definitely won't kill each other, and definitely not multiple times.
Totally. This is probably a misunderstanding peculiar to Japanese. They're both pronounced Yogen, but their meaning is entirely different. Do you know what the difference is?
I don't want to talk to you. Disappear, disappear.
Well, I don't really care whether you ask or not.
Then stop.
I'm talking. I'm talking because I want to. Why keep asking things if they don't care? So about the difference between the two. This means what you think it does. It's making a prediction about the future and telling someone about it. That prediction might be right or it might not. But the other one is different. It means prophecy, receiving words from God.
Narration, but God is an omnipotent and also knows everything about the future. So the words of God are a promise about the future. When you receive those words from God and speak them, it becomes a prophecy.
My words are a prophecy. They are an announcement about a promised future. It doesn't matter whether you believe me or not. No matter what happens, everything will turn out the way I said. Right now, the world is still moving slowly. It may not look like the sort of environment a war could break out in. But behind the stage where you innocently play at being friends, the world is slowly preparing to become a place where people hate each other.
I'm really curious about what's going on with the neck there.
Yeah.
Who would do something like that?
Do you know about the Three Kings?
Never heard of him.
The old people who claim to be the guides of humanity across the globe.
Their ultimate goal is to get the whole world to fight at once and then destroy everything by their own hands.
For that reason, those old people have already made extensive preparations. And very soon it will become real. When that happens, all this pretending to be friends for the sake of international peace will be over. All those people who looked like they were giving advice about romance or something just now will be torn apart from each other in a bloody fight to the death. They'll experience anger and sadness, countless negative emotions, and pathetically kill each other.
We won't. We definitely won't. We'll never kill each other. How the hell could we?
Very, very soon, hell will come to this earth.
I'll never believe in a hell like that. I'll prevent it. I'll put a stop to it. I'll avoid it. No matter what, I'll definitely avoid that hell, that fate.
Protagonist.
Listen, my adorable meow. Your highest priority goal is to stop this hell before it happens, using any means necessary. The only way to succeed in that is to kill them. You must find them and kill them. You must do whatever is necessary to accomplish that. No matter whom you have to kill or what you have to break, there's no need to hold back. So I'm pretty sure this is talking about the traitors that were mentioned earlier. I think they said there was like one from each alliance or something like that. Kill them. That's the only way to avoid that hell. I don't know, it's been like months.
Oh, kill the three kings.
Oh, or them.
Kill them.
Okay. That works too.
Wait, okay, I'll just take... Wait, yeah. I'll just assume that was this one.
I think I had the
When
blue
love-
hair one.
Yeah. When love is on your side, age and height are no barrier.
Don't say that, please.
Wait, yeah. Wait. Me? I think.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
Yes.
Neither nationality nor race can stand between a couple.
Okay, that one's true. Wait, crap. Which one was me? Okay, I'll take the middle one. I thought there was a blue hair one, but I guess I'm the middle one.
Yeah, I don't remember who's who, so does that mean I'm taking this
Okay,
one?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even religion and gender can't tear apart two people who love each other.
Okay, well that's all true, but I don't like the age one. We'll support any kind of love.
I mean, technically, if it's a friendship, like a totally, completely platonic friendship, then like maybe age. But like if it's like a relationship, then that's not the case. Anyways, we're the ultimate cheerleaders for all couples in love. Yell at that shove it. Shove it. Bringing the heat. We're here.
Please get a better catchphrase. So, where are they? Where are the AOU pretty boys who have awakened to love between men?
Now that we're here to support you, have no fear. Our 550mm torpedoes will burst through all barriers to love. Searching for target. Oh. Forget the target, there isn't anyone here at all.
We never stand idle in a place lacking love.
We're the comet girls, yell at that shove it. Resuming search for love. Yell at that shove it, bringing the heat. Again, why is that a thing?
Leia, Fatma, and Stefania have left the room. The number of participants in the virtual room, public bath is now 0. Entering sleep mode. It's probably like Otsukabe onsen in Japanese. That rolls off the tongue way better. Ha ha ha, they're all going to die. If you want to avoid this hell, you have to kill. Kill them. Or if that's impossible, yourself. Boom, bang, crash. Hey, what's wrong, Meow-chan? Is that all? Gonna go to bed like a little girl?
Shut up. I'm a man.
Clearly, Battler can learn something from you.
Yeah,
Thwack,
I
thwack, bam,
agree.
bam, bam. Two of them were in the training room ring, punching each other while wearing gloves and headgear. Apparently, they'd been at it for a while. Both of them were covered in sweat. See, like Stan said, the best way for boys. Who's Stan? Best way to restore. Wait, Stan is the frickin' ASMR guy. The best way for boys to restore their friendship is a good dash of fatigue and the release of their fighting instincts.
Don't underestimate me just because I'm short. you a-hole.
Damn it, my gloves are too heavy.
Oh.
Isn't this too much of a handicap?
If you start losing, are you gonna blame your gloves? Even your excuses are super genius class.
Ah, damn it, the tiny brat's so full of himself. Okay, I really will punch you, beat the crap out of you. Ah!
Stop it, Jaden.
Huh? Meow?
Gotcha.
Bang. A cross counter. Or it would have been if Meow's arms were a bit longer. My voice sounded just a little bit too normal. Jaden's left straight had beautifully lined up with Meow's face, but as usual, Meow's right straight hadn't been long enough to reach. To reach. With a thwunk, Meow fell spread-eagled onto the ground.
I don't know why that was so funny. Damn it. Get me a saw. A chainsaw. I'm cutting his right arm off. I'll turn it into a rocket fist.
I'm not gonna fall for that, Meow. What for what? I've always memorized... Excuse me. I've already memorized the difference between how you and Meow talk.
Oh, really? I'm so happy for you.
What? You're that worried about your flimsy body, I'll train you like they do in the Navy. Don't start crying, okay?
And if Meow starts crying from the muscle pain, how are you gonna take responsibility?
I'll gently massage it until she gets better. They won't do it for you, Meow. You can go rub endomethacin lotion on it all by your lonely self. Waha.
Damn it. I'll train like hell. Training montage. I'll definitely protect Meow from beasts like you.
You don't want to know how I misread that.
What?
Never mind.
Okay. Jane's your partner, isn't he? How dare you call him a beast? There's no point treating this kind of... wait, hold on. Did they just... They really did just do that. Yeah. Okay. There's no point in treating him... I can't read today. Okay. Anyways, how can you say that about the partner who's done so much for you? Stupid big brother, you dummy. Nah, ow, don't pinch me. Ow, ow, wow. Jathan, keep training, big brother, okay? The truth is, he's feeling a bit relieved right now, and he's grateful.
Sure, leave it to me. I dedicate this victory to you, Meow.
Thanks.
That's Japan for you. I never thought I'd see a romantic comedy strip from the 20th century play out in real life. I'm jealous. Hey, senor. It's not even senor. Tojiro, how have you been? Well, you're enthusiastic, as I'd expect from the Latin American country. Someone, I think we've been close friends for a decade. I didn't think I'd ever see you again alive. Wahaha. This was
the Waluigi?
Yes, this was Leto, Brazil. In the A3W world, anyone picturing a resort would think of Latin America. Latin America had managed to preserve the most beautiful of environments and air quality as well as gorgeous vistas, making it a vacation destination for VIPs across the world. It would be no exaggeration to say that spending the rest of one's life in a high-class Latin American resort was the ultimate goal of many. The countries on the South American continent, which was the only one that had spirit fields of high-purity rare spiridium, were considered the most prosperous of the world. They were paradise nations, a fifth faction, which managed to maintain favorable relationships with all factions in a world where the other four factions were always quarreling. So basically, they're going to be the first ones to die. At a glance, it was hard to imagine what connection there might be between Tojiro, who was well dressed despite the seat, and pulling a wheel back behind him, and this man who looked like he lived every day to the fullest in casual clothes. The pair entered the lobby of a high-class hotel where the cheery man was staying and relaxed on an expensive sofa. Tojiro, you should quit your business and come over to Leto. It's great here, just heavenly. Sadly, I don't have the kind of wealth you need to apply for immigration to Leto. Just go make friends with big-breasted, big-assed girls on that beach over there. If you marry into their family, that'll get you citizenship. All little girls dream of falling in love with foreign billionaires. That explains all of the strangely appraising looks I got on the beach. They've got good eyes. One look at the material of my clothes and they knew I wasn't rich enough to be worth talking to. Wah ha 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 ha! You really are a hoot, Tojiro. More laughter.
Waluigi. That's actually a pretty nice looking scene.
Yeah. The hotel bar was filled with relaxed Latin music that would satisfy the heart of any hard-boiled man. After the
men are eggs.
Have you never heard the word hard-boiled before in reference to?
I have. Yeah, I have. It's just that the first thing that came to my mind was just egg.
Okay. After the two men brought their glasses together, they silently enjoyed the atmosphere and their drinks for a while. In an era where you could say things with your brain, it was customary to refrain from speaking anything but your orders in places where silence was treasured. So each of the guests experienced the place in their own ways, and they were able to enjoy conversations without interfering with anyone. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would.
So, were you able to play that musical score? That was one hell of a score you found. I doubt there are even 5 people in the world who could perform that. Then I'm glad to be one of those 5 people. Then I'm glad one of those 5 people owes me a favor. After all, a score is just a piece of paper if no one could perform it. You've received 13 data items, Poyo. Still, where on earth did you find this? These are AMS blueprints. Each one was an environmental AMS blueprint maintained by nationally supported businesses from various countries. Now it's showing a preview of 13 items, Poyo. So it seems. Only a few organizations manage the AMS blueprints. And they're all supposed to be government-controlled and tightly controlled by their countries. How did you get these? Who knows? It's a business secret. AMS, also called AMIS. Its official name was the 8 Million System. It was a system of environmental nanomachines developed by the Yaoyorozu Nanotech firm in B3W, Japan. The AMS had self-replicated repeatedly, eventually filling the atmosphere all over the planet. This groundbreaking system was capable of doing all sorts of things when instructed. It was almost like an OS that had installed into the environment itself. The uses included communication, obviously, but also purification of the air and water, reduction of ultraviolet rays, medical applications, and eventually military applications as well. I'm surprised the military applications weren't the first ones, honestly. That's usually how technology goes.
Exactly.
Its initial development had proceeded quickly, but scientists fearful of gray goo had kicked off a worldwide anti-nanomachine campaign, so it was kept from the light of day for a long time.
Gray goo?
However, When World War III ended, the world was faced with the prospect of imminent extinction. Nuclear winter had begun, starting the countdown to the world's end. While the political debate over its use was still ongoing, the ATMS that had been distributed across the whole world and it began purifying the atmosphere. As a result, the globe did not freeze over. The countless gods known as ATMS filled the air, raising the curtain on the new world. Just as oxygen and nitrogen had existed in the atmosphere, so too did ATMS now exist. Of course, it existed in all regions of the world. It also existed as high as the stratosphere and as low as the bottom of the ocean. And naturally, it was inside the human body as well. Some had worried that the knowledge of strange nanomachines filling everything from the atmosphere to people's bodies would trigger humanity's nanomachine allergy once again. All A3W governments hid this fact, but some scientists eventually made it public. Masses, knowing that nanomachines had been put into their bodies without their knowledge, and fearing that some sort of accident or malicious act might lead to tragedy, flew into a panic. For several decades, it was used as a magic word by certain kinds of paranoids, conspiracy theorists, and newscasters. One that was used to explain all sort of unpleasant, unknown things.
So basically, just people being people.
Yeah.
Also, like, you're doing like both the characters here. So should I take some of the narration text?
Sure.
Okay. However, 100 years had passed since then without anything major happening. The generation inflicted by nanomachine allergies came and went. Nanomachines infected the entire planet, and the phobia of the grey goo turning everything else into nanomachines was now viewed as a complete joke. It was just like in the 20th century when some people thought that lighting off an H-bomb would cause a chain reaction with all hydrogen on the planet and destroy the world. That opinion was also viewed as a complete joke later on. Now, no one thought much of the fact that countless nanomachines drifted throughout the atmosphere and their bodies. Nanomachines aside, humanity had always coexisted with all sorts of bacteria and viruses, and so murderous AMS was simply added to the list of things an evil terrorist might develop in a spy novel, alongside nukes and killer viruses. Haha, COVID.
Of course, it isn't actually that simple. In the first place, developing AMS requires cutting-edge research facilities and human resources as well as massive budget. Only the major countries from each faction would be capable of that. And it's managed by the IPMA, and all countries observe each other's work. You couldn't possibly develop a malicious AMS. Well, that's true enough. Still, if that's the case, what on earth was he thinking, the guy who got his hands on this heavily compressed file? Maybe he's a super hacker who somehow thought he could sell it for money. So he's both a super genius who can get in a super secure AMS management servers and a total moron who thinks he could make a profit off it. Several Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah. Several 8MS blueprints were shared between 8MS research facilities across all world factions under management of the IPMA. So pre-existing 8MS blueprints were something all factions already had. Even if this hacker had retrieved it, so some terrorists could start developing malicious 8MS, they wouldn't be able to get their hands on the facilities or human resources necessary for such development, making the whole thing pointless. Though the blueprints were managed quite carefully, they weren't worth any money. It was like stealing semiconductor techniques that had already been patented. Those were already public knowledge in the semiconductor industry, and even if someone outside the industry found blueprints for those techniques, they wouldn't do them any good at home or at the dinner table.
I wonder what the guy who stole this was thinking. Well, this is just a theory of mine, but one of the blueprints said Artemis. It's called Artemis, whatever. A water purification AMS. That was a registered trademark of the ACR's South Africa state-managed AMS program. It's also Systema Curar Pow Pow 1.02 in Einsajan. Those are air purification AMS from Laredo, Argentina, COU, Singapore, and COU, Saudi Arabia. There was a lot more, but they were all AMS blueprints related to atmospheric improvement. In other words, some mysterious terrorist wants to take advantage of that to create some kind of AMS, some kind of environment destroying AMS.
Something happened there.
And then they'll use that to launch massive attack on the world, and then they'll use that as a massive attack on the world's food-producing regions, triggering a world panic. Nice. Forsyth would have loved this stuff. Water and air are essential to human life. If we lose those, we're screwed. Really?
Totally.
I didn't know that. I'll bet the terrorists are jealous of Laredo's beautiful paradise and are planning to destroy it.
For a second, I thought you were just going to say the beautiful parrots.
Parrots. But you're still talking about a dream, right? Every lab on Earth is under close observation. There doesn't exist an institution anywhere that could develop something like an environment-destroying AMS. Maybe. But you know what, Toji, though? You suck. Even if it was impossible for every lab on Earth, a secret lab beneath the Earth might be a different story, right? Huh? What are you talking about? My fusion translates your Portuguese weird sometimes. I'm sorry, Tojo. Looks like my next appointment has arrived. Mind if I include the bill here as part of my fee? That explains why you were going for the expensive stuff. Obrigado. I'm not gonna pronounce that right. Okay.
Yeah, something like that. The cherry man left the bar with the same cheeriness he had when he first appeared. Now that the energetic man was gone, Tojo was finally able to slowly soak in the bar's atmosphere. Then the scent of a passionate perfume hit his nose. An attractive Brazilian woman had sat down the seat vacated by the cheery man. Tojo raised his glass and winked at her.
Hey there, young lady. Would you care for a drink? I don't remember who this was. I guess, wait.
Should I just take her because it's like characters interacting?
Sure.
Okay.
Then I'll take the narration back.
Okay. Gladly. Now what shall I have?
How about a milkshake? As laid back as Leto is, it's probably not a good idea to drink alcohol on the job. By this point, she wasn't alone. Several MPs from the Leto military were with her too.
Welcome to Leda, Brazil, Senor. What? If you had told us you were coming, we would have given you proper welcome.
Well, now that I know there's a beauty like you now that I know there's a beauty like here to welcome me, I'll do that next time.
His Excellency has said he wishes to invite you to dinner. Will you come with us?
No. Works for me. If you'll be joining us in an evening dress, that is.
Senor says he'll gladly come with us. Sergeant, take his baggage. And see if any of his luggage has arrived at the room he was supposed to be spending the night in.
Nice, just what I'd expect from a resort country. The service here is great. Tojo set his empty glass on the counter and calmly stood up. The MPs walked right next to him on either side. Ominous.
Whoopee.
Scary.
Skeletons.
To fulfill our master's... Wait, can I save now? Epic.
No, you. Okay, yeah, that's a whole lot of characters.
Yeah, geez. Next. 12, 18, 24, 27.
Just the frog at the bottom.
It's 27. This isn't even all the characters.
Oh, well, they'll probably end up dying anyways.
Hopefully,
Hopefully they die.
as soon as possible. Also, yeah, they have full sprites.
Nice. Wait, let's see whose shoes are the weirdest.
So far, it's this one.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anyone who
That's-
actually has weird shoes,
Those are like Crocs, but
but not.
why is this? Wait a minute.
What?
Like, I just find it humorous that just like they use the transform tool to like increase the size of them
Oh,
because their body is the same.
just different faces.
Okay, those are pretty funky shoes.
Funk. Wait, are those ribbons just part of the shoes?
Yeah, look, like it's like I don't know if you can see my mouse.
No, it doesn't record the cursor. It doesn't do the cursor apparently. But like that just looks like one long zipper with like ribbons.
Yep. Okay, that might take the cake.
If there was any cake.
Another instance where they just transform tooled it. Those are some
Yeah.
pretty weird shoes. Epic
Just ribbons. Yes.
There's all this information that we should probably know, but Bye.